Hey everyone, just wanted to do a quick overview and I guess mini review of the Magicforce 68. This one in particular has Cherry MX Browns with a gold slash champagne um, backplate, faceplate, whatever you want to call it. But the actual key switches are mounted to this plate. They're plate mounted switches. They're not PCB mounted switches, so that's pretty neat. Um, 68 is a really cool layout. It's one of my favorites because you have pretty much a full-size keyboard. There's nothing really fancy going on here. You do miss an extra button here, an extra Windows key, which would be here. So they move the control over, and that allows you to have full-size arrow keys. You also have the insert and delete. I love the dedicated delete button, and it's right where you would expect it to be, so you don't have to lose out on that. I personally don't use the function row at all, but if you do want to use it, you always have the function and then whatever number you want. So F1 is just function and then 1, which makes sense. It has white backlight, white LED backlight. They're also available in, I think, ice blue, but the ice blue has orange backlighting on the WASD and then the arrow keys, which I think is kind of strange. It's a little too out there for me, but I think the white goes pretty nice with any keycaps you would put on it. These are the stock ABS keycaps with shine through. If I remember correctly, they're double shot. I don't know if you can get a good shot of that, but they're okay. They're about as good as you would expect any ABS double shot backlit keycaps to be. I've had this set for over a year now, and the paint or the finish isn't really it's not rubbing off at all. So that's pretty much all you can ask for. The font is kind of funky though. It's kind of a you either like it or you don't. But I don't know. I kind of like it. The O, for example, kind of looks like brackets. So does the 0. The 8 has like this weird little. I don't know. There's just a lot of interesting things on it. So a lot of people like it, some people don't. I think this board would be suited for a nicer set of keycaps. Like the black and gold look would be kind of classy looking with a nicer font. But yeah, I mean, as it is, it's not too bad. Like I said, this one's gold plate with Cherry MX Browns, like legitimate Cherry MX switches. They're not Gatorons, they're not Kales. It came in a couple ways that you can still buy it this way, but I think you have to order it from China. So I actually got this one from Massdrop, which saved me from having to order through a Chinese vendor. But I haven't seen a configuration like this being sold stateside since I bought this. So that's pretty neat. Speaking of backlight, you only have a couple controls. There's really only 2 modes. So you have just your standard on mode. You also have the heartbeat mode, which just dims it, brings it back up. You can change the speed of the heartbeat mode. Let me turn my lights down again. And then if you change the brightness, it just goes back to regular mode. So here's full brightness, and you can just step it down. There's 8 brightness settings, and I think the next one's completely off. They're just really dim right now. Yep. I'll show you what it looks like with my lights off at the, if I can reach my switch here. The lowest brightness. Oh my gosh. So that's the lowest brightness. It's really nice for typing at night. I mean, it's just enough to see the keys. It doesn't blind you. It doesn't distract you from like gaming. So if I'm gaming or something, I usually turn it down this low because it's way dimmer than my monitor. So it's not distracting at all. It's pretty cool. And here is what full brightness looks like. And also the heartbeat mode on the slowest setting. The one setting faster. And one setting faster than that. And then it just returns back to normal. So unfortunately, this one doesn't have any other special backlighting modes like the newer Magicforces do. Like my Magicforce, I think it's the 49. I'll be doing a video on that one shortly. That one's pretty neat. It's kind of a novelty board though. I'll talk more about it in that video, so check that one out. Let me get my lights back on. I want to talk about the just the shortcuts. It does have full media shortcuts. I think this shortcut here has like a little headphone logo. Pretty sure that'll open up like iTunes or whatever your default media player is. Print screen, scroll lock, pause, calculator shortcut, which is, I don't know, let's kind of take it or leave it. This Q shortcut with the arrows up and down, you can actually switch out the escape functionality for the tilde key. So that's pretty cool. You don't lose that functionality there. And yeah, so you have a fully functioning keyboard, just no number pad, and you do have the full-size arrow keys in a convenient location. So, I mean, it doesn't feel weird at all to use them right here where they are. And the best thing about it, if and when you want to get another set of keycaps for this, you don't have to shop for anything special. It's full-size spacebar. Regular size modifiers, although you're missing one, so you can kind of just swap them around, whichever one you want. Regular escape key, nothing special. Regular size shift, it's awesome. So I'll be doing a quick little overview of the other two boards, the other two Magicforce boards I have with custom keycap sets, just to show you what those look like with a custom set on. But for now, this is what this is, and then be a quick cut here, and I'll take all these caps off and just show you the board itself with the switches. Before I take the keycaps off, I actually just forgot to do a quick little typing test and just show you what they sound like. The key switches are only a little bit of what the sound, like what creates the sound. A lot of it is how they're mounted on the plate or the PCB, and also what kind of keycaps you have and how they kind of echo or they bottom out. I think this one sounds pretty acceptable. It's Cherry Amex Brown, so you're not going to hear the click, but they do feel tactile, so you when you're typing on it, it's going to feel actually a little bit different than how it sounds. So I'm just going to type a few words here, and then right after this, I'll strip all the caps off. And by the magic of video, there's no keycaps on this. Just wanted to do a quick overview of the board without any caps on it. That way you can see just, I don't know, the plate, switches. The LED lights right now are on their lowest setting. I don't know how it's going to look on camera. Hopefully it won't be too egregious, too bright. I'll just turn them off here in a minute. But it's a pretty standard board layout as far as like this part of the keyboard goes right here. The nice thing is that it has full-size arrow keys, and it also has the insert, delete, page up, page down. But let's see if I can turn the LEDs off here. But yeah, so it's like a light gold metal plate. It's aluminum, and it's got the Magicforce logo right here. I wish it didn't have this. It would look so much nicer without it, but honestly, it's not that bad. It's got a polished trim around a polished bevel around the edges, and let's see, pretty much it. It uses the dummy switch type stabilizers, which are really common on plate mounted switches. And then on the back, you just have one way to route your cable, 4 rubber feet, and then your adjustable legs. And there's also 3 dip switches. I don't know what they do. I'd have to look at the manual and see what they do. But yeah, as far as that goes, nothing too spectacular. It's pretty well done though. Oh, and when you unplug the board and plug it back in, it resets all of your LED settings. So you got your caps lock light, and you can go in increments of 1 up and down, and left is the heartbeat LED. And then if you press function and right, that should change the speed. Let's see if I can turn these lights down a little. Let's see if maybe it'd be a little better. Yeah, looks pretty neat to me. I like these boards. I have 3 of them, 2 black and this gold one. This was a mass drop. I don't know that it's a mass drop exclusive, but I got it at mass drop. I've yet to see another one in this configuration with the gold plate Cherry MX brown switches, real Cherry MX brown switches, not Gatoron, not Kale, not Chinese clone, whatever. So that's pretty neat. That's why this is a little bit more expensive than the other ones, but I think it was $79.99 on mass drop. I know that these boards run anywhere from $39.99 at the very low end with really crappy switches to I think it's like $59.99 with Gatoron switches. So it's just kind of like whatever you want to pay for it is the kind of quality switches you get. I think Gatorons are pretty comparable to Cherry MX switches. I do like Gatorons in some colors more than Cherry MX, but I really like Cherry MX browns actually more than Gatoron browns. So yep, that's my overview of the Magicforce 68 key.